Туплей, блядь. Все. Шикарно. Продолжить. Только надо сложность поменьше, потому что убивать меня с одного удара это жестко. Так, сложность. Мини-игры, поведение в бою агрессивное, сложность боя, сложность комбо. Хочу стандартное. Я думаю, будет норм. Так. Значит, мне надо к этому типу, чтобы собирать ему грибов. Так, ну-ка теперь попробуем подраться с ним. О, дабл прыжок. Вот эти медленные уклонения. Даже мне не нужно выносливость, бро. А где он? Все-таки убили его. Зельца. И ищем грибочки. Самый главный по грибочкам. Ух, блин, сколько там? Трое? Не, пацаны, я к вам не пойду. Он до 50 грибов. Просто 50. Чувак, чё так много? А я их не могу, интересно, купить? У кого-нибудь. Эти грибы. Не, ну их там очень много. Я не пойду туда. Зато можно пойти попробовать подраться с теми чуваками. Наверное. Их тут, говорит, много. Ни хера себе много. Вообще ни одного нет. Интересно, они вообще респавнятся? О, гриб. Может, еще найду. И продадим. Кусок чего? Руды? Или еды? За музыка. На меня ж никто не напал. Так, ладно, нет, пойду тогда попробую подраться с другими которые изначально что-то от меня хотели. Так, отчеты. Так, вот задание. Спутники нет. Основное задание. Может быть, они помогут. Во. Отметить. Пацанов. Господи. Ага. То есть я прям смотрю на них, по идее. Надо по пути еще смотреть грибы. Хочу пройти этот квест. Помочь ребятам. Ох, ёб твою мать. Кто бы мне бы помог справиться с подобными чуваками. О, сражайтесь. Рожь. Так, а вот ты ко мне не подходи. Не надо меня трогать. Так, ну квест, по идее, там. Еще что-то было. Мы все подберем. Ящерица, не-не-не-не-не. Ты мне не нужна, парень. Суровый кот. Нет, не надо доставать оружие, надо просто бежать от него. Как можно быстрее, как можно дальше. Блять, второй пришел. Да что ты меня корёжишь? Отстань. Просто дальше. Так, вон эти чуваки. Что это было? Это что за лазеры? What the fuck is this? Так, ну все, с этими-то типами я разберусь. Блин, я реально как джедай. Ух, не-не-не-не. Они все равно почему-то какие-то жесткие. И они мне не помогли. Вообще ни капли. Фига себе. Надо найти себе спутника какого-нибудь. Может, он их застигает. Не-не-не-не, равновато для себя. Там, правда, был телепорт. Надо завязать телепорт и... Ой-ой-ой-ой. Не надо так делать, ребят. Так, мы все завязали телепорт. Отлично. Все зелья уже истратил, а? Жесть. Нет, ну пойдем дальше. Эти пацаны нам точно не помогут. Надо со спутниками что-то придумать. Вот хочу тебя заполучить в спутнике. Теперь могу? Да, почему? За мной же никто даже не бежит. О, все, музыка стихла. Да, хочу. Где мне найти еще бронь какую-нибудь? Я не знаю. Что-то такое. Бро. Так.
If it's so dangerous, why do you come out here?
Magalan almost died when the comet hit. A living, breathing planet turned to ash and dust. But the Berserkers are using their magic to bring our world back to life. Just look around you. Edan is the greenest place on Magalan. They need more people. And they offer anyone who comes the same chance to start over. We should move on. One downside of all this plant life is that you can't see the rot boars coming.
Do you think we make a good team, Duras?
We're a team. I'm ready if you are.
Дурас уважает меня.
Do you often find clerics in Edan?
All the factions come here. For intel, for resources. We all take from each other. At least it's just raids from the clerics for now. There have been wars in the past. And it does seem like there are some clerics who want to repeat those mistakes. Take us back into open warfare.
And you think I can find the killer?
You're a stranger here. That means you might see things I won't.
What kind of logic is that?
To be honest, I think this is a dead-end job. But Ragnar, against all the evidence, seems to think it was a berserker that killed Ascor. And he wants answers. Me, I think it's a wild goose chase. None of Ragnar's questioning has thrown up any proof a berserker was involved in this, so chances are it was an alb, an outlaw, or a reaver. But if a warlord has an itch to scratch, then that means we have to go and scratch it. So, let's cross all these suspects off the list and give them some closure.
Is this why you brought me to Goliath? To do your dirty work?
I brought you to Goliath to give you a chance. And this is a way to earn it by getting a warlord on your side.
Does Ragnar think a berserker murdered Ascor?
Ascor was killed with a sword, and there aren't too many people who use swords outside of Edan. But if Ragnar's right, then there must be someone who was outside the walls at the time of the crime. So, Ragnar drew up a list of 5 suspects. No idea why these 5 exactly, but Ragnar will have his reasons.
Do you think we make a good team, Duras?
We're a team. I'm ready if you are.
Tell me about the victim.
His name was Ascor. He was a warrior, newly promoted from cult of... He went missing around Mana's Eve 3 months ago. No one knew where he'd gone. And it wasn't like he had many shards to up and disappear with. Then one of Ragnar's patrols found Ascor's body rotten up in the forest. It looks like he was stabbed several times with a sword. Whoever did it was strong enough to overcome him, but clumsy. They didn't find anything on Ascor to point to who might be the murderer.
Я найду убийцу, друг мой.
Ragnar wants answers. He seems determined to find out what happened. Myself, I don't know if we'll ever know what happened. But if we can eliminate these 5 suspects, he might let this go. And who knows? Maybe one of them did do it, and you'll get the proof.
Will the suspects talk to me?
Tell them you're investigating on Ragnar's orders. They'll answer your questions. Let me know if you need help. Remember, my sword belongs to you.
Who are the suspects?
A group of people who were out there in the forest at the time of the murder. First on the list is Baron. He's a guard. Well, he's supposed to be a guard. As far as I know, he doesn't have an alibi. But I think the only real reason he's on the list is because he knew Ascor when he was younger. Then there's Thorgal. He's in charge of a world heart in Abessa. I have no idea why Ragnar would put him on the list. Maybe just to be complete. Third is Garen. Oh, hunter. He was reliable, but he seems to have lost heart in himself. There's something troubling him. Last are Eardor and Rock. Rock I can't get a handle on. There's something he's not happy about. Eardor is still wet behind the ears. Bit of a whiner, but seems to care about his job. They were all outside Goliath at the time of the murder.
Мне кажется, проще найти грибы, нежели опросить всех этих ребят.
What do you want me to ask them?
Where they were 3 months ago around Mana's Eve when the crime was committed. What they thought of Ascor. I doubt you'll get a confession. I doubt any of them did it, but you'll get a sense of the men, and then you can report back to me so we can close the case.
Where can I find them?
They're all still out there. Track them down, then report back to me when you've discovered something.
Окей. Как же их много. Нет, серьезно, проще найти 50 грибов и помочь парню с проживанием, нежели просить всех этих джентльменов. Вот это жесткий, отстань. И я лучше дальше.
Tell me, what do you know about Ascor's murder?
Nothing really. I don't hear much from Goliath out here.
So, you were here when he was killed?
Probably. I haven't been anywhere else in months. I only go back for supplies or to transport seedlings. When was Ascor killed?
3 months ago, around Mana's Eve.
Oh, then I was back in Goliath sometime around then. I've lost track, to be honest, but whenever it was, I didn't see anything.
How well do you know Ascor?
Not at all. I mean, I knew of him. People talked about him. But I don't think I ever said more than hello to him, and he ignored me. He didn't really have time for cultivators. But, you know, people can be like that. Some value our work, others think they're superior somehow.
Do you know where they found Ascor's body?
I'm guessing somewhere in the forest, or why ask me, right?
Did you hear anything else about Ascor?
Well, I'm wondering why you're not asking me about the seedling that disappeared the same night Ascor was murdered. No one seems to be asking about it. And from what I heard, it wasn't just a seedling, it was one close to maturity. I heard it was being sent to a cultivator in the hope it could go on to Tavar or somewhere as a new world heart. But it never arrived.
Do you carry a sword?
Of course. It's dangerous out here.
You work here on your own?
Most of the time. That's part of the punishment. It didn't used to be as lonely. They'd send patrols out to check on us. But since the Albs started attacking, we've been left on our own out here. Yeah, I guess we're not a priority.
I don't think you killed Ascor.
Me? Of course I didn't.
You really don't think you have a motive?
You mean the seedling he had? I'm a cultivator. I look after a world heart. I want to know what happened to the seedling he had. Why aren't you investigating where it went?
You're out here with a sword, and no witnesses.
If I tried to attack a warrior with a sword, chances are you'd be planting me in the ground.
Так, кто next? Здесь есть парень. Масштабное расследование. Потихоньку грибы соберем. Воу. Динозавры. Да чем это ты стреляешь? Господи, ты что такой магический? О, граната. А, это вино. Дневник какой-то. Окей, дальше. Да ладно, ты еще и попал. Что за жестокий монстр? Все хп опять снес, просто все.
Scaring away everything within a day's walk. You crash around like that, you'll scare off anything you can eat and attract everything that wants to make a meal of you.
I don't know these forests.
That's as plain as a horny troll in your sleeping sack. You'd better learn quick if you want to stay alive. You're scaring away the prey that is my livelihood. It's hard enough bringing in the food I have to, without some big-footed oaf crashing through the forest. Still, seeing as you aren't a natural hunter, maybe you'd like to buy some goods from me.
You hunter?
Yeah, I found my place. This is where I belong, with nature and for nature. I want nothing to do with Goliath.
Why not?
Too much talking, too much bullshit. Out here, peace. But you look like a talker. Is that why you're here? To talk?
A berserker was killed. The body was found in the forest.
The forest is a dangerous place.
When were you last in the forest by Goliath?
I don't know. Not for a year. This is the best area for hunting, and all Goliath cares about is me filling my quota. As long as I send them meat and fur, I can stay out here away from small talk and politics.
You didn't like Ascor.
I didn't put myself in a position where I needed to. Little shit won't be missed.
Sounds like you had a grudge.
I think most people are assholes. You only asked me about Ascor.
The berserker who was murdered was called Ascor. Did you know him?
Ascor? That asshole? Yeah, I knew him. I kept out of his way. He kissed Ragnar's ass and treated everyone else like rot-bore shit.
Sociable guy, aren't you?
Sociable just means happy to talk shit. I don't talk shit.
Do you always hunt with a bow?
A bow? Traps? You should always try and kill at a distance. Learn that and you will live longer. I'm here to feed berserkers, not the creatures. What's with all these questions? Is some asshole trying to pin this on me?
I'm questioning anyone I meet out here.
If you want an alibi for me, you'll have to go out there and speak to the raptors.
Is that your only alibi?
I'm a hunter. You want to know where I am? I'm always here in the forest.
What are you hunting?
Whatever I find. You can't be too picky if you want to hit Goliath's quota and feed yourself. You won't catch anyone in Goliath roasting a rot boar. They're missing good meat.
What do you have to trade?
Во, у меня тут много чего, чувак. Вот это, вот это. Все. Больше у меня нет ничего. Много всего. Окей. Так, еще хотел у него спросить.
Teach me something.
Sure.
Чему он может научить? Правильно? Ну, вроде. Тачка в гараже стоит. Как, это чей-то дом? Походу нет. Тоже можно поспать. А если я прикорну? Я захилюсь. Все надо будет потом прочитать. Спать до полудня. Давай, если я захилюсь, будет круто. Отлично. Зачем я тогда эликов наел? Давай дальше, чувак. Тот гриб нужно взять. Обязательно. Во, у него классные доспехи.
You a guard?
Stop asking questions and answer them. Who are you?
You're lucky I'm not an enemy.
Well, you know, it's not like the elves are going to attack these trees, is it? If there's one thing the elves know we got a lot of, it's trees. And it's not like these trees do much. I mean, they're not going to run away while I'm asleep, are they? Did Master Thorold send you? Is there something important? Because if not, just go, okay?
I need to ask you about Ascor's murder.
I can't tell you anything about that. Not anything that's not being said already. He should have kept his head down with me. Ambition only gets you dead. He should have picked his spot and stayed there. Why are you interested in that? Really?
Tell me what you do know about the murder.
Me? I don't know what people are saying. but they thought Ascor had run away, but he hadn't. He'd been murdered somewhere out in the forest. I was out here at the time, on guard duty.
Did anyone see you? Is there anyone who can give you an alibi?
Hilda. She was with me all night. Her and Alba, and Dagny, and Erica, Freya, Garrett, Heggie, Magda. They're the trees over there. They're my girls. Very lonely out here. So no, I have no alibi.
You look quite strong for somebody who's just standing around all day.
Maybe. And?
Did you know Ascor well?
Since we were old enough to crawl, our parents were friends. We grew up like brothers.
Ascor's body was found near here. Did you see it?
No. I know where he was found. But no, I didn't. I'm glad I didn't see him. I wouldn't want to remember him like that. My duties keep me here most of the time. So I stay looking after my girls, the trees, making sure they stay safe.
Where do you go when you do get away?
Nearby. Not Goliad, if that's what you mean. I tend to stay out here these days.
Where nearby?
The lift into the Valley of the Damned. That's a good place to relax. There's quite the view of the valley there. It's a good place to let your worries just drift away.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been trained to use that sword?
All berserkers are. You think I could survive out here if I couldn't use it? I hope you find who did it.
You did it. You knew him. You don't have an alibi.
Why would I kill him? He was my friend.
Why should I believe you?
Because it sounds like you're doing something about this. Like you want to find out who did it. You should start with people who had a problem with him, not his friends.
Your friend Ascor. What kind of man was he?
Well, he wasn't a simple guy. He was my friend. Our parents were friends. We basically grew up as brothers. But he was sort of ambitious, and that sometimes... Yes. Listen, it doesn't matter. Just forget what I said.
Ambition could give a motive, if he got in someone's way.
Well, don't look at me. I'm happy where I am. I don't give a troll's ass about promotion.
What makes you think Thorold the Pilgrim sent me?
When he was still the big boss up there in Goliath, he used to reprimand me quite often. I wondered if he was still keeping an eye on me. Still, whatever. I've heard he's retreated into study. Let him play with his magic. I hope it does save us. And while he's away, I have my peace and quiet out here.
What do you know about Thorold's retreat?
Not much. It said that he is working on a plan to stop the Alps. It's something huge that would change the war in all of Magellan. You think it? It happens. The Alps are screwed. Just like that. No idea what it is, though. But nobody is really allowed to talk about it. Well, then nobody even really understands what he's doing anyway.
Where is Pilgrim Thorold?
Well, that is confidential. Meaning, if anyone actually knows, no one is actually safe. Maybe he will figure out how to rob the Alps of their magical strength at least. Then good, honest warriors could go back to sleeping in nice, comfortable beds.
Now there's a future that Magellan should be fighting for.
Так, отлично. Еще осталось два типа, да? Рок и Торгал. И потом можно с выводом идти к кому? К Дурасу. Дурас. Ладно, окей. И обратно прилег поспать. Действительно. Так, я на минутку отойду и продолжим. Так, ну все, поехали. Или нет еще? Уселась? Все, поехали. Куда нам надо в итоге? Можем телепортироваться, но нам почему-то не позволяют. Кто на нас сагрился опять? Бежим, бежим, бежим. Здесь нас точно же не... Агр спадет. Отлично. Прошимся сюда. И бежим. Бежать нам туда. О, пацаны. Как ты попадаешь? Боже, какой у тебя аим жесткий. Ладно, не обращаем на них внимания, просто бежим. Кстати, не хотели меня пропускать. Я думаю, тут вообще надо это все обходить, всю эту постройку. Господи, он просто неуправляемый. Crazy man, crazy man. Ух ты, здорово. Блин, так необычно. Лес, лес, лес. Такие там деревянные постройки. Просто дорога резко. Классно. Это что за херня? Нестандартная игра, конечно. Так, ну я с тобой драться не буду, я дальше побегу. Ну, прям как знали, что я так сделаю. Бягуль, просто бягуль. О, крысеныш. Они за мной не бегут? Бежит, бежит, бежит. Господи, ну зачем сделали такие курки? Это что-то вообще такое? Так, мы на деревянный мостик. Шикарно. Вот он здесь где-то. А, вон он стоит. Хорош.
You've done well getting here alive.
Are you a sentry here?
Yes. My name is Thorgal. Just stay clear of the World Heart while you're here, then we'll get along fine. There won't be any shit, okay?
Ascor is dead.
Dead? What the hell happened to him?
He was murdered.
Damn. I knew it. He was just too ambitious.
Can you think of anyone who might have done it?
Me? No. Well, not specifically. He's ambitious. Was ambitious. He always wanted to become a paladin. Last I heard, he was due to be tested by Ragnar along with some other candidates. Passing that test was all he ever wanted.
So, what do you think got him murdered?
I don't know. Ascor was a good man. Well, he was to me. But he could wind people up. Maybe he got the wrong person pissed with him. Maybe someone else was as ambitious as him.
You knew Ascor well?
Yeah, I asked if he could come out here on this assignment. But he stayed back in Goliath so he could take the warrior test.
When did you last see Ascor?
Just over 3 months ago. Not long before I came out here.
How long have you been away from Goliath?
Just over 3 months. Since then, I've been here, trying to survive in the beautiful highlands of Abessa. trying to manage an outpost with too few people and too few supplies.
And you have witnesses to your whereabouts?
Yeah, more if we can find that missing supply team. This camp by the World Heart is where I've been, and this is where I'll stay until the warlords order me back.
You must be good with a sword to have got posted out here.
Not good enough to hit someone in a dan from here, if that's what you mean.
It's obvious you didn't do it.
Yeah, well, I hope you'll find who did.
I think Ragnar must just have wanted you eliminated from suspicion.
He said to question me?
Yes, Duras told me.
Duras? Well, he's a man who stands by his duty. I hope the two of you find the murderer.
I'm working on it.
Look into whoever might have been a rival for Askor. That's my advice.
Anything happening around here that I should know about?
I don't know. We don't have the manpower to patrol outside the palisade. It's pretty dangerous out there. You'll need to keep an eye open. There are plenty of ambush sites.
What are you doing here?
Take a wild guess. The large plant should give you a clue. We spent a lot of blood protecting this World Heart. Lives of the present to build a future for us all.
Your post seems undermanned.
Ragnar sent the men we could spare. I sent some of them with one of our cultivators to a farm near the domed city. We thought they would be able to drum up some supplies for us, but instead they've disappeared. It can't be good that they aren't back yet. It's bad enough that the group is missing, but Rock, our cultivator, is gone too. I really need Rock to help me look after the World Heart. He's the expert.
Так, ну я могу поискать, но мы продолжим расследование.
That would be helpful, but be careful. There has to be a reason why he hasn't returned yet, and you might just walk into it. The farm Rock went to is below the domed city. You should look for him there.
Окей, и остался у нас последний чувак, который должен перед нами объясниться. Да мне бы еще бы... А, ну мне бы, кстати, бы телепорт бы здесь найти. Было бы вообще отлично. Но я не наблюдаю. А есть кровать, пацаны? Блин, боже. Боже.
Only berserkers assigned to the World Heart are allowed here.
Так не загрузишься. Escape и загрузка. Быстро я забрался. Тихо. Хорош. Это что такое? Что за дроид? Андроид. What the fuck? Да, чувак, я понял, надо идти дальше. Окей. Да боже ж ты мой, беги. Пацаны, бегите, бегите, там такая вообще просто жестокая вещь. Она вас всех убьет. Я могу хелпануть только с лука. Эй, а что за фигня? Давай, чувак, я в тебя верю. Ты жесткий. Руби его. Хорош, хорош. Не. Руби, руби, руби его. Он почему-то хочет со мной подраться. Надо встать вот сюда, он может его зарубит. Ты только не умирай. Ты мне для куста нужен. Ну, либо я заберу его броню, если это возможно. О, там чуваки добавили. Блять, серьезно? Уходи отсюда. Все, все, ты справился, уходи отсюда. Ублюдок, мне его надо было допросить. Надеюсь, через сетку не провалюсь. Блин, ну это печально. Мне его надо было допросить. Да, ты прикалываешься. Чё делать-то? Такая загрузиться где могу? Блин, вот этот жесткий зверь. Отлично. Все, побежали отсюда. Аккуратненько прям. Надо максимально аккуратненько обойти того парня. Но он жесткий. Он реально жесткий. Мне бы даже, наверное, спутник бы не помог. Залазь, залазь. Вот так вот с краешку, не привлекая внимания. Да ты серьезно? Да ты прикалываешься. Ну это на что я нажал? Да ты прикалываешься, что я тебе сделал-то? Я его сброшу. Я просто его сброшу. Блин, он реально не пропускает меня. Давай, только ты и я. Иди сюда. Не успел взлететь, да это кувырок. О, no. Блин, как мне его обойти-то? Может, с другой стороны? Жесткий тип, жесткий. И управление жесткое. Все жесткое. Конечно, второй двойной, точнее, кувырок. Ну просто не в тему. Как его обойти? Как же он просто машина для убийств. Динозавры. Мы обошли его. Вон он, гомунгул. Жесткий просто. Йо, пацаны.
Hey you, what's new from the south?
You mean it, Dan?
No, I'm talking about the real south, the deserts of Tavar.
Why are you interested in Tavar?
I'm sick of the shit here. Berserkers, clerics, fuck them all. It's all laws, commandments, rules, it's bullshit, all of it. Fuck rules, fuck laws, fuck the berserkers. The outlaws in the desert are the only truth. Freedom, profit, no bullshit.
You want to be an outlaw?
Yeah, absolutely. They know how to live freely. I've done nothing but work, follow orders, dig shit, and for what? To have people try and kill me for things I don't even believe in. Fuck them. I want to see the world. Instead, I'm stuck here.
Then why don't you go to Tavar?
I don't have the stores I need to get there, or the shards. But I know I could earn what I need. If I could just get the supplies I need to make it there.
The Berserker Ascor has been murdered.
Ascor? How did that happen?
You don't seem happy as a cultivator. Did you ever think of seeking promotion?
Man, I would have to be able to read first. You can't exactly climb the career ladder if you can't read. Ascor could. That guy wanted to do everything to get promoted. He hated anyone else who could read, especially if they weren't born in Goliath.
Do you have proof of where you were 3 months ago?
I don't know. I don't keep a diary. Depends on the day and the orders. Sometimes I was digging shit alone. Sometimes finding supplies alone. Sometimes marching around and building stuff where they told me to. Those days I was with people. I just did whatever they said. I didn't want to be exiled to the valley.
Did you know Ascor?
Yeah. He was an arrogant asshole. He'd have done anything for promotion. It's his sort that make me want to say this. Fuck the Berserkers.
Were you close to Goliath 3 months ago?
No, I was out in the forest gathering supplies before I traveled out to the World Heart. I've not been close to Goliath for a year. Once I had the supplies, I came straight out to Abessa. Wait, you don't think I was involved, do you?
What weapon do you use?
A sword. I hate it. That's another reason I want to join the Outlaws. I've got myself a gun, but I want some real weapons.
I don't think you killed Ascor.
Shit, what? You thought I did that? No way, I wouldn't have risked that, even though he was an asshole.
As you say. Thorgal wants you to return to the World Heart.
I bet he does, but he can go fuck himself. I'm not going back. He can go and round up a few ass-kissing, law-abiding fellows from Goliath to do his dirty work. I don't want anything to do with it, Dan. I'm going to Tavar.
What happened to the escort that was taking you to the World Heart?
Let me give you a clue. A lot of claws, a lot of teeth, a lot of blood. I was only just able to get away from them. Those warriors are now rotting somewhere out there, or deep in the bellies of the beasts that attacked us. Their sacrifice saved my life, but it just goes to show, Goliath orders people to do stupid things and people die because of it. I want my freedom.
Окей. А у тебя можно поспать, чувак? Ты не против? Я прикорну ненадолго. Отлично. Так, теперь мне нужно, по идее, вернуться обратно. Все, поехали обратно.
About Ascor's murder.
Так.
I don't think Baron did it. Ascor was his friend. Baron just wants to be left alone. I don't see why he'd murder anyone.
All right. Even though he knew Ascor better than most, yeah, you're right. He doesn't have the energy or the motive. Frankly, I only think Ragnar wanted Baron questioned in case he had seen anything. It looks like he didn't. Let's take him off the list for now.
Thorgal wasn't anywhere near Goliath at the time of the murder, and he has witnesses to prove it.
Yeah, he's also too skilled a fighter to have left Asgore such a bloody mess. So, he's out as a suspect.
Eardor didn't have time to commit a murder. He's tending to the world hard and looking after supplies. Besides, he's just too weak to have killed Asgore in the way you described.
Yes, I agree. I don't think Eardor was capable of this. That's one less suspect for us.
Rock wasn't anywhere near Goliath when the murder was committed. He didn't like Asgore, but I don't think he could have done it. I'd say he didn't kill Asgore.
I didn't think he would have the opportunity, but Ragnar insisted I look into him. I guess Ragnar was wrong.
Garen just wants to hunt. He didn't like Asgore, but I don't think he killed him. Besides, if he had killed Asgore, he'd have used his bow, not a sword.
Yeah, all Garen wants is to hunt. He'd have no motive for this.
It's not conclusive, but I don't think it was him.
I agree. I don't think it was him either. Let's take him off the list.
You recently became a warrior, didn't you? You and Asgore are both eligible to be paladins?
Yes, but trust me, I'm happier with my job collecting waifs and strays than becoming a paladin and going out to the front lines. I think I'm making more of a difference doing what I'm doing. Asgore, though, was a driven man. Becoming a paladin was all he wanted.
You were right. The investigation was a waste of time. It must have been someone outside Edan. All of his suspects are innocent.
It's Ragnar we'll have to convince. He is certain one of them did it. He's not often wrong.
Then who do you think it was?
I don't know.
Then tell Ragnar that.
What about Baron? He didn't have a proper alibi, did he?
There was no one there to say he was at his post, and of all the suspects, he knew Asgore the best.
Then it must be him. The others all have alibis, and Baron knew Asgore better than the others.
I thought you said Ragnar only included Baron in case he saw something.
Ragnar wants answers. He's insisting the murderer is found. You've questioned everyone, and Baron's the only one without a decent alibi. Do you know where Baron is?
I found him in the forest, but he said he takes time off to go to the lift into the Valley of the Damned.
Then we should go there and see what we find. You want me to come with you?
What do you think we'll find there?
Who knows? But we don't have any evidence so far, so it feels like we should check this clue out. At least so we can tell Ragnar that we did.
Why would Baron talk about that place if he had something to hide?
Since when have criminals been clever? And Baron's not that smart. Maybe he just let something slip.
Действительно, он просто тупой.
You're serious? You really think Baron did it?
What other leads do we have? Look, let's just check this out and then we'll know for sure.
All right. I'll search the area near the lift that Baron talked about. What is it I'm looking for?
We won't know until we find it. Have a look around. Bring me anything you find. Just don't interfere with it.
What do you mean, interfere?
Bring anything you find to me without disturbing it. Whatever you find, we should take it to Ragnar.
Then you know what it is.
No, I'm warning you. Do what I say.
Right.
Just trust me. Your life might depend on it.
I could use your help.
Then you have it.
You think you can keep up with me? I mean, I use a jetpack sometimes.
I know. I have one that I haven't taken to the pit yet.
Can you use it though? You are a berserker.
Yeah, sometimes rules can be bent. I'll deal with it in trouble.
Мы команда.
There's an abandoned camp in some ruins
It's
to the west of
team.
Goliad. You can
Teamwork.
meet there.
Сейчас все
You lead,
будет.
I'll follow. The Berserkers have held the Alps back with bravery and magic. This fight will call upon those qualities.
Надо спать или какие-то эти юзать от ослабления. Там у тебя есть зелья должны быть. Читай внимательно.
Do you think we make a good team, Duras?
Two experienced warriors like us? I feel like there is nothing we cannot do.
Ничто не
A
сможет
true
остановить.
warrior carries his weapons with pride.
Follow me.
Yeah.
Так, сохранимся перед тем, как follow me делать. Что у нас в итоге остается по заданию? Узнать, что я мог спрятать в том месте. Отлично. Отметить. Погнали. Так, ну это в принципе недалеко. Пойдем отсюда тогда. Отлично, let's go. Пути всех завалим. Так, а если я тормозну и такой за часов пока стой здесь, отправиться в лагерь. Ну, значит, у него вроде все схвачено. То думаю, мало ли, может быть, можно дать ему там зелье, еще что-то. Ну, видимо, нет. Двигаемся, бро. О, гриб это нужно. Грибы полезны. Так, а мы левел-то не повысили? Так, нам нужно много ловкости. А сколько нам нужно на тот меч силы? Силы нужно 30. Ну, добьем силу тогда до 30. А там уже дальше... Да, принять. А там уже дальше будем бить ловкость. Воу-воу-воу. Помогай, братан. Братан. Хорош. На себя принял весь урон. Красавчик. Так с тобой вообще просто всю игру пройдем. Сами по себе дерутся. Сейчас мы вклинимся в этот неравный бой. Давай, помоги мне, братан. Загаси их. И хелпанул просто. Отлично, побежали дальше. Вот вдвоем не страшно. Так, ну он где-то здесь. Прям близко. Еще бы грибы бы не упустить. И будет просто шикарно. Где он? Как я вылететь отсюда не могу. Ебой.
Remarkable country.
I found something hidden in Baron's hiding place.
What'd you find?
Here. Do you think this could belong to Baron?
No, that was Ascor's. And now we find it at a place Baron confesses coming to regularly? Huh, I'd say we have some evidence.
After what you did for me, I will trust you to decide what to do with the casket.
I'll take it to Ragnar. and you can consider this case done. You needn't worry about it anymore.
Is that everything you have to say?
The destruction of a seedling is a matter for a warlord. Your involvement is over.
Uh-huh. So what happens now?
I take this to Ragnar. He'll deal with it from here.
You want to know what I think about the murder?
Very well. What do you think?
Well, I don't think any of the people on the list did it. There's just not the proof. There's only one person associated with Ascor we've not investigated. You.
Me?
You were a rival to Ascor. You carry a sword. Then you find out Baron goes to where the seedling was found, and suddenly think he's a prime suspect.
You can't think I did it.
I do. It's simple. You murdered Ascor.
What are you talking about? You can't seriously think it was me.
Tell me your alibi.
You don't know what you're talking about.
You spend your time outside Goliath, and you've spent all your time trying to persuade me not to investigate this. Then tell me. Tell me, or you'll have to tell Ragnar.
Ragnar will see me dead. I'm an outsider, and Ascor was born a berserker. He was known, and he was one of Ragnar's favorites.
So you did kill him?
Kill him? Yes. Murder
Да
him? No.
ладно, серьезно.
I found Ascor by the lift one day. He'd managed to kill the seedling he'd been given. He knew that would stop him becoming a paladin. He attacked me.
So why hide that? And why frame Baron?
Baron's been blackmailing me. He found me with Ascor's body. He knows I'm an outsider. Who would they believe? Who do you believe? I gave you a chance. Won't you do that for me?
I can see why you did.
Но зато он будет с нами двигаться.
I'll keep your secret.
Thank you. You don't know what a weight this has been. I owe the berserkers. Now I owe them more. I didn't want him dead, but he flipped on me. I don't think it helped that it was me. He couldn't stand the idea that he'd be facing exile while I continued on as a warrior.
What is in the casket?
Property belongs to the berserkers. You now know who the murderer is. That's what you needed to discover.
Ragnar wants answers. This won't be over until he's happy he has them. Time for you to step aside and let me finish this.
What do you mean?
I solved the murder. I will get the reward.
Wait a moment.
I could tell Ragnar that murderer wasn't a berserker.
You could also tell him it was me.
You'll have to take that risk.
You don't believe I can let you go to Ragnar after that?
Then draw your weapon or trust me.
Then do it. But quickly. The sooner we have it behind us, the better.
Ебой. Так, ну погнали тогда. Правильно понимаю, нам теперь надо... Прям надо сохраниться. Правда, было сохранить, но пофиг, сохранимся еще раз. И погнали.
You ordered the warrior Duras to investigate Ascor's murder?
Yes. Ascor was a trusted and well-liked member of our people. So it was only right that his murder should be investigated by Duras. Justice will be done. Ascor's murderer must face the punishment they deserve.
I have some information about Ascor's murder.
Anything you know would be helpful. What have you learned?
The murderer isn't anyone from Goliath.
How do you know this?
None of the suspects had a clear motive or opportunity. It makes sense that it was an outsider. There is a war on, after all.
So why was Ascor killed?
For the seedling. My guess, it was a simple robbery. Ascor refused to hand over the seedling and was killed for it.
So Ascor died honorably, defending the seedling? I had started to hear grumblings about Ascor, but defending a seedling to the death, that is the man I knew. You stand for the law, and you see good men die for it. So we have an answer. There would never be a good result to this tragedy. But knowing that this foul murder was not committed by one of our brothers is as much as I could hope for. I will consider this matter closed. My thanks to you and to Duras for bringing me this closure. You did well to bring this information to me. Here, take this reward as thanks for ending this matter.
Надеюсь, им доспехи дал.
Surprised you solved this before Duras.
Окей. Ну все, братан, ты
Brave
чист.
choice.
Is that everything you have to say?
From a lost sheep to a wolf.
When fate brings us together, we will see. I could use your help.
You lead, I'll follow. Opportunities are there to be seized. Excellent.
Excellent. Так, что там дальше? Так, это не ты. Как же долго прогружается свет. Прическа бодрая.
What are you seeking here, stranger? Safety? A new start? Meaning? All those things can be offered to those who accept our laws.
Просто ты кто?
Who are you?
My name is Angram. It is my duty, along with the other warlords, to ensure the laws are kept and the Berserker way preserved. We offer protection to those from outside who understand that Edan is working to help Magalan. Stick to the laws, respect our ways, and you will find beauty at welcoming. Break the laws, show contempt, and punishment will follow. You will have a fair chance here if you understand that.
Cinda sent me.
Cinda? Is there another problem with food supplies?
She hasn't received the resupply she needs, and nobody seems to know when she will.
Didn't Jorah sort this out? Or has his failure to fix things become my problem?
What does Jorah have to do with this?
Jorah was supposed to have sorted this out. Once more, it comes back to me to resolve this directly. Then, there won't be any more escorts for the deliveries. The last group I sent were killed by a troll. We haven't more men to lose that way.
A troll killed your men?
Good men. I've fought beside some of them. Being eaten alive was not the fate they deserved. I'll not send more men to their deaths. We have scant enough as it is. Cinda will have to deal with this problem herself. Tell her it is time she called on one of the other clans for help. The Ison clan will no longer risk lives for fish and meat.
Так, окей. Ладно, на этом пока все, ребят. Next maybe будет вечером. Ближе к ночи. Вот. Ну, главное, мы защитили парня, нашли себе спутника, союзника. И теперь мы просто будем рубать вдвоем каждого, кто станет на нашем пути. Сохраняемся. Спасибо, кто смотрел. Ставьте лайкусики, подписывайтесь. Всем добра, позитива. Пока-пока.